Hi everyone, welcome back to the cottage. Today I'm going to show you some of the ways we keep our home organized for our family of 7. The first stop on the tour is the kitchen. It is directly to the left when entering our front door and is flanked and semi-separated from our living dining space by 2 antique wooden built-ins. As far as organization goes, our kitchen could be called a tale of two halves, in that generally one half is for food storage and the other is for food prep. The dividing line right down the middle is the cast iron farmhouse sink, one of my personal favorite things in our entire home. This is what our kitchen currently looks like after the updates we made to it last summer, but I want to mention that the clips used throughout this video were taken over a span of several years, so you might notice some differences and changes from one scene to the next. Hopefully it won't be too confusing. One thing a lot of people question when seeing our kitchen is why we don't have any upper cabinets. My answer to that is always the same, because we don't need them. We have things pared down enough to fit in the lower cabinets without any troubles. Some might assume we have a side pantry or something like that to hold food, but no, that is not the case. Everything we need for our kitchen, minus a small chest freezer for bulk meat, is kept in the kitchen. Like I said, this left side is for food storage. The kitchen fridge and freezer are where we store any of the fresh items that will be eaten soon, and I try to make it a point to clean them out every 2 weeks, which is when I make another grocery run. This system works pretty well for us. The rest of the dry goods, snacks, produce, etc. are all kept in these cabinets on the left side. The Lazy Susan holds most of our canned goods and pantry staple foods like peanut butter and oatmeal. I find that drawers work really well for organization too, making things easy to see and access. We can store a lot of food in just 6 drawers. On the right side of the kitchen is where all of the food prep, baking, and cooking happens. All of our pots and pans as well as our dishes are held in this side's Lazy Susan. The toaster, blender, large baking sheets and pans have their own place too, as do the pot holders, dishcloths, plastic wrap, etc. I would say that the main organization technique employed in our kitchen is storing items near where they will be used for maximum efficiency in this hardworking space. For example, this little crock near the stove holds all of the utensils needed for cooking and serving, and the spices, which I suppose could be considered a food item, are in a drawer directly to the left of the stovetop, making seasoning especially convenient. Taking a peek back to the left side of the room, you will see a basket that holds our water bottles. These are also efficiently placed as they will be refilled with filtered water right from the fridge. Moving on now to the shared dining and living room space on the other side of those built-ins. As you can see, one of the cabinets is sort of a china hutch, which is where we choose to display some sentimental items. I think having this space as a limit or boundary for the amount of items we collect has really helped ensure that we don't keep things that aren't extra precious to us. The other built-in holds a couple small bins for little toys that the kids tinker around with, and also some slots for books that we're currently reading aloud. We also keep a few craft supplies in this cabinet. We opted for a more open concept feeling in this space when we designed the house because, well, I like to rearrange furniture. If you've been around for any length of time, you probably already know that. To be honest, besides just trying to limit the amount of stuff we keep in this space, there really isn't a lot happening in terms of organization. But keeping things pared down is what also allows all of these fun arrangements. I'll show you a few of the things we've tried in here. Originally, our dining table was always in this one spot and we would only rearrange the living room side, but this past year we purchased another light fixture that we switch in and out depending on the arrangement. If the table is here, the hanging light fixture works well above it. If not, we can move the couch and chairs into that spot. It's been really fun to try out all the different ways to position things, and I think that it also helps us keep the space clean too. One organization tip that I can point out is this large basket that we use to store cozy blankets. It keeps them available within arm's reach, but also ensures that they all have a place to go afterward, instead of just being thrown on the floor or left on the couch. Similar concepts are used down in our basement family room. We have rearranged it a couple of times, though the current setup has lasted quite a while now. Maybe it's due for another change soon. There is a large basket under one of the side tables where our blankets are kept. The TV console holds things like PlayStation games and the DVD collection. There is a smaller table down here too, and a series of containers where all of the Lego bricks are kept. Having them in this one central location has been very helpful, especially when our boys were a lot younger. This table serves as a homework spot, a crafting station, snack area, and many other things. While we're down here, let's take a quick peek into my husband's office. Not a lot to see besides a bunch of computer equipment. Really, this corner of the house is perfect for him because it is set off on its own and pretty quiet. There is this buffer space in between the office and the family room, which we use currently as a flex room. Sometimes it has a ping pong table set up, and other times it's left open for exercise or large motor play. The closet in the corner is where we keep our board games and puzzles. Oh, and I should probably mention the little coffee station down here too. My husband is the only one who drinks coffee, so it makes sense that the machine would be kept near his home office and not in the kitchen, which would have him traveling up and down the stairs multiple times each day. Okay, let's switch our focus now onto the bedrooms we have in our home. There are 3 bedrooms total, one on the main floor, the master, and 2 other bedrooms, one which our 3 teenage boys share and one which our 2 daughters share. Once again, the number 1 organization tip for bedrooms, I think, is to keep things ultra simple. Our master bedroom got a makeover about 2 years ago now, and I really like the way it feels in here. But as you can see, there isn't a lot of decorations or pieces of furniture in this space. The bed, a nightstand for each of us with a lamp on top, rug, and a shared dresser for our clothes. Speaking of clothes, I've had a couple requests from people wondering how I fold our clothes so that they can be stored vertically in the drawers. I use the Marie Kondo method, and I'm sure she has a much better tutorial on her website that you could go check out. But essentially, all you need to do is fold the clothing item lengthwise in half, tuck in the sleeves of a shirt if you're folding a shirt, then fold in half lengthwise again. Then fold that into thirds. It creates a nice little package that will store well. Our dresser has pretty deep and large drawers, and so we have divided them using plastic shoe boxes. Our bedroom also has 2 closets. I think most people assume that it is a his and hers situation, but it's not. My husband and I actually share one of these closets for all of our hanging items. That might come as a shock to some people, especially since it is not a walk-in closet, which seems to be the standard these days. But everything fits well in here, with space to spare for a few rarely used dress shoes, a backpack, and even a shelf that holds my home decor items that I rotate through. So you may wonder then, what is kept in the other closet? Well, it is essentially our home's broom closet. The broom is kept here, yes, as is the vacuum cleaner, sewing machine, and a couple baskets of extra large blankets, which we pull out in the winter to add to our beds. Heading upstairs to the kids' rooms, the layout up here is really simple. A small hallway with access to a bathroom and a bedroom on either side. This little hall space is where we keep our collection of children's books. I get questions all the time about where we got this display shelf. It's from a Carnegie library in our town that was having a sale during remodeling. I think it's so fun, and I like having picture books displayed in this way so that all of the beautiful cover illustrations are showing. The boys' bedroom is really a place where they pretty much just go to sleep. As teens, they are quite busy every day and spend lots of time outside, at school, or participating in their various sports. We were able to fit a queen mattress under each of the eaves for our 2 younger boys, and each of them has their own hanging storage spot for favorite books or knickknacks. These 2 boys share a dresser space, and since the drawers are a bit more shallow, I didn't find it necessary to add any extra dividers. Our older son has his own little curtained off space and also has a queen-sized bed. Being the oldest of the family, he does have a larger collection of things on display, but I love that his space reflects his personality. He will be heading off to college in the coming months, and I'm not sure yet if his furniture will go with him or not. Our girls do spend more time in their shared bedroom. They also do still like playing with toys, and so we keep their toys in their room. The organization rule that we have for them is pretty straightforward. If you want to keep it in the room, it has to fit. They have this nice little shelf organizer where their Beanie Boo collection lives, and also 3 little cubby drawers underneath for Legos, art supplies, and other miscellaneous things. I'm actually really impressed with their ability to keep up with their own belongings. Just the other week, they came down with a big bag full of items they wanted to either donate or throw. No prompting from me at all. They just recognized that things weren't fitting so well anymore and took matters into their own hands. The girls also got the love of rearranging furniture from me, and so we've tried out many different layouts in their space too. One of the closets in their room is for their dress clothes, and the other is for the boys' dress clothes. I do realize that is somewhat strange since the boys do have their own closet, but it works for our family. The closet in the boys' room is deemed the secret space, and they essentially run a business out of it, so the rest of the girls' clothing all fits in this shared dresser, 2 drawers apiece. And that pretty much sums up the bedroom, so let's move on to the bathrooms. There are 4 in our house, 2 on the main level, 1 upstairs, and 1 downstairs. The main level bathroom is just a powder room, so there isn't much to see there. The only organization is the basket under the sink for extra towels and this bin for extra toilet paper. The master bathroom has a bit more functionality even though it is small. Side note, my husband actually built the vanity in this room per my specifications. It has 1 drawer that holds basically all of our products. 1/2 for me and 1/2 for him. Here's a closer look at some of the things we keep inside. Again, the container method of organization is coming in handy here. If we can't fit it in the basket, something needs to go. My makeup all fits into this 1 small bag, which I keep on my side of the drawer. Under the vanity, we have 2 large baskets, one for dirty clothes and the other for PJs or clothes that can be worn again the next day, kind of those in-between washes items. In the shower, we also have a metal basket to hold all of our shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and lotions. A view of the kids' bathroom upstairs, I would say that this one is used by the girls most often. The large space under the sink is where we keep the upstairs laundry basket. The drawers are micro-organized with dividers and containers so that the kids always know where to put things away. In the basement is the bathroom the boys have kind of taken ownership of. Since they are up a little earlier for school or sports, they go down to the basement to get ready instead of making noise upstairs where the girls are still sleeping. My husband Craig built a small shelf that sits inside the cabinet. This shelf holds 3 bins, 1 for each boy's toiletries. All that's left to share on this organized home tour are a couple of miscellaneous spaces. First up, the laundry room / mudroom / garage entry point. It probably goes without saying that this is a very hardworking space in our home. We have made some revisions to this room over the last 5 years we have lived here that have really helped it to function better. For example, we added this shelf for all of our laundry products, and I like to keep them in clear glass containers. I think it looks nice and also helps me more easily see when the products need to be refilled or replaced. The bar under the shelf is used to hang clothes to dry. The counter space is where we keep our charging station for our devices. All of the kids' devices live here when they go to bed. No phones or tablets or computers in the bedrooms. We also have moved our printer to this counter space, which comes in handy for homeschooling. Speaking of homeschooling, I do homeschool our 2 daughters, and almost this entire bank of cabinets has been taken up by those materials. I simply retrieve what I need each morning and bring it to the table for our lessons, and then put the supplies away when we're done. That has been working well for us for the past 2 years. A few of the cabinets and drawers do hold miscellaneous items such as shared medications, Band-Aids, batteries, charging cords, etc. As you can see, this space is also where we keep our musical instruments. I do get comments every so often about protecting them from sunlight and moisture, and that is a valid point. Our house, though, being fairly new, does have good humidity control as well as temperature conditioning, and we think that it's a good trade-off to have them readily available instead of stored away somewhere and possibly not used. The last thing I want to share with you is our mini mudroom that is out in the garage. This is another improvement that was made in the past couple of years, and it really helps to streamline our lives so much. All of our shoes, minus the few dress pairs I showed earlier, fit here. We also have plenty of hooks for our coats. We've actually made some other changes to the garage recently, which I hope to share with you all very soon in an upcoming video. But that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed taking this little tour with me. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope that you'll stop back again really soon.